right, welcome to Cafe Chronicles.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Tonight we have Alise King. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me. What up, Doe, Detroit?
Yeah, what up, Doe?
What up, Doe?
Before we sat down, we were talking about how long you've been performing at the cafe.
It has been 10 plus years.
10 plus years.
10 plus years since I've been here. I've had a residency here. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So you were here before it was Aretha's
I was
Cafe,
here before
when it was just Jazz
Cafe. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I started here. I was coming to be a part of the audience with Terry Martin when he was doing his
the promoter Terry Martin.
His R&B series, and I was just here scoping out the scene. And one of his artists canceled. And I overheard this conversation. I told him, I said, if you need me, let me know. And I had tracks on my phone, and I ended up performing. And that was how I built my relationship with him. And that is when me and you started chatting it up. So, yeah.
You don't remember what year that was, do you?
I think it was like 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was like 2013.
Yeah.
Because I believe we did the Aretha stuff in 2015, 16.
That was for Detroit Music Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2017.
17,
was
okay.
Aretha,
Yeah, so I had been here for a good maybe four or 5 years already.
Yeah.
With that, so yeah.
Yeah.
It might have been 2012.
We've done some things together.
Yeah, that just made me feel a little old.
Wow.
We have, yeah.
Because I know that you came in. We did Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
We recreated the What's Going On album.
Yes, the What's Going On album with Kern.
With Kern Brantley.
He was the musical director, and I was a part of that. And even while in quarantine, we did the Detroit Music Weekend, and I was one of the artists.
Yeah, outside
that you guys had. And that was nice, too.
Yeah, because we had to do the stay apart.
The stay apart,
yeah. You couldn't do anything inside.
Yeah.
So we took our parking lot and put up a stage. So, and we put up these carpet pads.
Yeah.
So everyone was 6 feet.
6 feet apart. It was really nice, though. It was really nice.
So because what we do is we produce shows.
Yeah.
We have to put on shows.
Right.
So we had to do something.
We had to do something right.
So in doing that, everyone was able to, stay apart.
And I got some good footage from that. I gotta show that to you guys.
Yeah.
I had my videographer come out that day, and they got some really good footage from that show.
Send that to me.
I also have the footage from when you guys had the Jacksons here.
Yeah. That was another Detroit Music Weekend, yeah. That was after Aretha.
Yeah, I know. I've done 3 so far.
Yeah.
Done 3 so far, hoping to get back in there. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But it's been a beautiful relationship, though.
Yeah.
It has been.
Because you came in the studio that one time to help out.
I did.
You remember that? Yeah.
I sure did.
Because you were great. Because you were like, I can sing this harmony if you want, or this harmony, and whatever makes it work.
I forgot all about that studio session.
Yeah, in Ferndale.
Yeah, man. We've been through some things. So it's safe to say that the Jazz Cafe has been a part of crafting me as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I've used this stage to fill out some of my best material, some of my best songs. I've given some of my best shows on this stage. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, this is where I feel like I got my start. You know what I'm saying? Because before I got those big chances and opportunities, I had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I said it was only a certain amount of artists that were accepted into those big Detroit Music Weekend shows, or to even tribute those celebrity artists. And you guys were very selective along with them and their families and the musical director. So to even be a part of that for Aretha and the Jacksons, that made me feel like, okay, I'm doing something right that makes them comfortable enough to say, hey, we trust Alise with this.
Right.
Because
you can really engage an audience.
Thank you.
I mean, the audience in the cafe, when you perform, I mean, the room really comes alive.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can really
I think that comes
lift
from
an audience.
From being the second oldest of technically 13 altogether between my mom and my dad. But being the second oldest, you develop those leadership skills quite early. And then I'm a girl, so I was like second mom.
Yeah.
So I had to like problem solve and be engaging and all those things. So
Yeah, your mom's great.
yeah, she'll be here. She'll be here tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
She'll be here tonight.
I remember
Tearing up
running
the dance floor.
I remember running into you were performing at Burt's in Eastern Market.
Yes.
And we ran into you and your mom.
Yes. I think it was karaoke.
Was it karaoke?
I think it was karaoke, or it might have been I might have had the band there. I know I had the band there. I had a stint there in the Motown room with my band. But other than that, I would be there on Saturdays with karaoke. I introduced my mom to karaoke.
Yeah.
Because she can't sing. she can
my
dance.
my fiance Renee and I.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
And we sat with your mom.
Yes.
And we had a hell of a time. Yeah.
Yes, I
it
remember.
was great. It was great.
It was. We've been through. We've had some great times.
Yeah.
Some great times. One of my favorite moments was when we.
So yes. So Cafe Chronicles.
Okay.
So if you can chronicle a moment.
Chronicle a moment. I'm trying to think.
That at the cafe.
It's a few of them, but I would say one of my favorite moments is when we did the Aretha tribute in the cafe before we took it to the big stage, and all of us ladies were dressed in red,
I remember that.
and we all had our handkerchiefs. And
Is that when you were standing on the steps? You came in
Yes.
down the steps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That was one of my favorite moments. Also, I would say one of my favorite moments was originally when I got booked for the first Detroit Music Weekend. I was just selected to be the opener before Aretha went on stage for the Paradise Valley stage. So I was the last
right.
act before Aretha went on stage. And I remember we were in I believe it was the cafe, if I'm not mistaken, and we were doing the press conference for it.
Okay.
And Charlie Langton was looking for someone to sing.
That's right. Oh, I remember this. I have this on my phone, I believe.
He was looking for someone to sing, and
I do have
we had all of these huge celebrities in the building, from Vicki Winans, Tasha Page Lockhart. Everybody was there, and nobody would sing. And Kern's standing there looking like somebody say something, and I just bust out like, "Rock steady, baby,
Steady, baby. Let's go to song exactly what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is. It's a funky little diamond.
I know Kern is coming to me like, "You're on the show. You're attributing Aretha. You're one of the 12 girls." And so I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I remember I busted out my phone and recorded that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that had to be a pinnacle moment, because after that, Aretha didn't, I won't say she didn't know, but I had sung on, I think it was Channel 4, and she saw me perform on Channel 4 and called the station to inquire about me writing songs for her.
I was going to ask you about this.
And it was like a full circle moment that happened, because I remember Aretha told y'all to kick me off stage. You had to come and tell me to get off stage for the Paradise Valley. So you was like, "Alise, I'm sorry, but gotta get off stage." So, we've had some great times here in the cafe. I know, it's honed me as an artist to be able to not just the artistic side, but the show side, the production side of it, of being able to curate a show and not just be on the show. It's taught me a lot. Business wise, it's taught me a lot too. How to not just meet my needs and expectations as an artist, but other artists as well.
You do that very well. I mean, you bring in artists and treat them right. And I think you go beyond showcasing these other artists that you put on the bill.
Yeah.
I
want to do and give and treat people how I would have wanted to be treated. When I was coming up, it was a lot of pay to play in Detroit. A lot of people wanted you to pay $100 to sing one song places, and I was always against that. I'm not going to pay you to give you my talent. People are going to come see me. You're going to get all of this admission money, and I'm paying you, and I get nothing out of it except for a 5 to 10 minute slot. it doesn't make sense. So I just wanted to create a space where artists could come and sharpen their gifts and hone their craft and it not be a money grab. And that's what you guys have given me. You guys have given me a safe space to be able to do that for artists. A lot of artists, I have some new artists on the show. My host, she's a comedian. She said, I've always dreamed about being inside of the music hall and jazz cafe. Oh my God, thank you, Alise. So just that thank you, that's enough. Knowing that I was able to put them in this space. And then also knowing that you may see something, you or Vince or you guys may see an artist that you like and that may give them an opportunity. Knowing that I was able to be that bridge, that's my payment right there. That's all I want to do is just give.
That's fantastic.
That's it. I don't want nothing from nobody. I've done my job as a creative, as a person. That's my purpose. Yeah. So.
And you always come with these like themed nights.
Yes.
Like tonight you have a 90s
R&B night.
Yeah.
So one thing that I've learned from being here at the cafe is that themes catch eyes. You can go and see a show anywhere, anytime, and people know you can sing. But what is different? Why am I going to spend my money to come see you sing or hear you sing? What's different from this show and that show to your show? So I do a little research. What's going on in Detroit this week, next week? You know what I noticed? Nobody's doing the 90s night this week or this month. Boom, let me do that.
There you go.
It's a nice night outside. A nice day outside. I can't wait to put on my jersey later. I got my Jordans. It's going to be a dress down show. Got my gold chain. I got my hat. It's going to be amazing. So, you put on these theme shows or, you'll have like maybe an all-female show like the one we have coming up in May,
May
Heart
8th.
of the pre Mother's Day show. It's called Heart of a Woman. And it talks about the heart of a woman, being a mother, a sister, a doctor, a friend, all of these things, and still going through the trials and tribulations of trying to have a partner and navigate that while still loving self. So,
all right. You want to talk about that show now?
Yeah, sure, because it's almost sold out. So y'all better get y'all tickets, okay?
May 8th.
May 8th, we're back here at the Jazz Cafe, and we are doing a pre-Mother's Day show. It is called Heart of a Woman, and we are tributing 4 artists that I feel like don't really get their just due as creatives. We are tributing Betty Wright. That's right, the one that sings Clean Little Woman. Or she does No Pain, No Gain. So we're doing her. We're doing Jill Scott. Everybody loves a little Jill Scott. Kelly Price. We're also going to do Tamia. Tamia is another artist that I've never seen people do. Like, people always do tributes for Aretha or Anita or Shaka or, artists like that. I'm like, I want to, tribute some other. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to always do an Aretha tribute. Honey. That's going to always happen because that's my idol. But I wanted to just mix it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of these women have stories of the things that they went through in the industry, trying to be an artist, a mother, a sister, and be true to themselves. Like I relate a lot to Kelly Price because she was a plus-size woman. People loved her voice because she could sing down, but they didn't really care for her look. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, you struggle with those types of things, and that messes with your mindset, which can mess with your mental and your heart. Tamia, she struggled a lot in her career being the wife of Grant Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really didn't respect her as an artist because they was looking like, oh, you're this basketball player's wife. You're just his wife. So I don't feel like she's really got the just due that she deserves. Betty Wright, she had a lot of classics, a lot of hits, but when you're going against other powerhouses, you don't really get all of the recognition you deserve. And she wrote a lot of songs that people don't know she wrote. She wrote songs for Isley Brothers and all of these people. When you go and you look over their resume, you're like, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had no
that
idea.
Always bothers me, that the true songwriters that don't get credit.
Because even Kelly Price, she wrote a lot of songs for Bad Boy Entertainment, for Faith Evans, for P. Diddy, for Mace. She was a lot of voices, like a lot of hooks that were on their songs. That was Kelly Price, and nobody knows that. Like that, bad, 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 that's her.
Oh, really?
That's her singing that, and a lot of people think that's Faith Evans, and it's not. It's another one. It's More Money, More Problems. That's her. That's her singing that song. And a lot of people don't know that. So I just wanted to shed some light on the underdogs. So,
Okay.
you know, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be some singing. It's going to be live band. Got the background vocals. We're going to have the mothers out. We're going to be giving out roses to the mothers. And it's going to be real nice.
8 o'clock start?
8 o'clock start. 8 o'clock start. There's only a few advance tickets left. We're almost sold out, y'all.
Okay.
We're almost sold out. It's only going to be door admission, so get those tickets because they're only $25. You get $25.
Just tickets at the door.
Just tickets at the door are $30, but advance tickets are $25.
Okay, where to get advance tickets?
So advance tickets, you can go to my website, alisekingmusic.com. You'll see the event flyer. It'll say buy tickets. You click right there, put in your payment information, ticket come right to your phone. All right.
Or you could go to arethasjazzcafe.com
Yeah.
and buy the tickets
You
there.
sure can. Yeah. You sure can. Absolutely. Get a double whammy.
Double whammy.
Double whammy. Yeah. So I learned a lot being here at the Jazz Cafe. Like, I didn't know that you were an artist, Ted.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know that at first.
All right,
I was
all
like, Ted's just boss man walking through here, making sure the show gets going, and then put out the guitar, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I think you had me play at a show once.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a while ago, but
Yeah.
you come up and
It
do
was
a
at,
tune or song.
It was at the Music Town Detroit.
Yeah.
I believe it was Music Town Detroit. Or was it here?
You know what? We were on a panel together with Jamie. Jamie
That was
Wilkins
at
asked
music.
us-
That was at the music hall.
Yeah,
Music
where
Town
we-
Detroit.
yeah.
In Hockey Town. That's what that was. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I want to ask you about before you go is your original music.
Okay.
What's I'm very interested in original music.
Okay, so as far as my original music, I feel like a hoarder almost. Like, I'm so sensitive with,
Like you're not putting it out? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
like, I'm a hoarder. Like, I'm so sensitive with it. I'll fall in love with a song when I write it, and then I'll listen to it again. Like, I'll lay like a skeleton down with vocals, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate it. And then somebody else will be like, I love the song. So when I say I have probably over close to 100 recorded songs that I have not released, that's facts. So what I'm doing is I am currently siphoning through all of those records, and I'm starting to put out my music because I don't want to just be labeled as a cover artist. Now, I have put out an album, I have put out an EP, I have put out multiple singles, but it's been about a good 2 years since I have. Lost my footing a little bit, lost my inspiration a little bit with it after the pandemic and dealing with personal issues, but your girl is back. So
All
you have you have an album coming for sure. I'm not going to tell you the title just yet.
Okay.
But I will say this. One of the songs that I wrote for Aretha, and I had to submit it to her attorney, David Bennett, for her to, for us to do all the paperwork and everything. Unfortunately, she had passed by the time, after I submitted and everything, so she didn't get a chance to do everything. We didn't get a chance to record it, anything, so the song came back to me. So I am going to re-record that, and that song is going to be on the album.
Oh, nice.
And it is called Forever I Do, and in parentheses, it's going to say a tribute to the Queen. So
Nice.
I reworked the lyrics a little bit, but it is if you think about Ain't No Way.
Yeah.
By Aretha, it puts you in the mindset of that ballad. It is a ballad of all ballads.
Yeah. All right,
So
all right,
your girl's gonna be singing. So you got new music definitely coming soon. Definitely coming soon.
Hey. I was in one of your videos. I was in a music video of yours.
You were
I just remember that.
FWM. You were. You guys opened
For a split
the
second,
Jazz
but,
Cafe.
yeah.
You guys opened the Jazz Cafe for me to do my video, my first ever music video here, and it was called FWM, and it was basically, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was going through a bad breakup, and you got.
FWM.
Yes.
Justin, can you figure that one out?
FWM.
Yes, FWM.
FWM.
It's like they ain't with me.
FW. Oh, fuck with me.
Yeah. Yes. So, basically, my ex at the time had cheated. It was like playing me and another girl, and I found out, and I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You can't have us both. And she chose to go there.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, that person was playing her. She tried to come crawling back, and I'm like, nah. So I'm a very rah-rah, all of that stuff. I got my pen. I wrote a song like She Ain't Effing With Me. You know what I'm saying? You already like, and that's what it was basically like, you made your decision. Now you got to live with that. Because now it's access denied.
I remember that though, because it was kind of last minute.
Yes.
And you said, can you just come and knock on the door and say 5 minutes? And I'm like,
5 minutes of showtime.
Knock. 5 minutes,
Yeah,
Miss
you was
King.
like 5 minutes of showtime, Miss King. I love that
Excuse me,
part.
5 minutes, Miss King.
Come in.
10 minutes of stage, Miss King.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So what we did was we stole a little bit from What's Love Got to Do with It. When Ike and Tina, he had crept into her dressing room, and she was like, Ike, you're not supposed to be here, and da 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 da. And he's like, I made you, and da da da. She's like, well, you gonna kill me, you gonna threaten me, and you know, and he was like, I made you. He was like, anybody gonna miss you? And she was like, well, you do what you got to do because I got a show to do. So me and an actor by the name of Q, we did that whole bit, and it was right after Ted had came and knocked on the door and was like, 5 minutes of showtime, Miss King. So after that, I walked out on stage, gave this crazy performance, and he was like standing up there on the side of the foyer where the Jazz Cafe is with roses, like looking like a sad puppy dog, and I'm singing to him like, ain't effing with me.
No way, I gotta see that.
Right.
It was like, I dodged a bullet. Like it was. I have to show you the video. It was amazing. I forgot about that.
I know.
And it was crazy because I had
memories.
I had ordered a limo for that.
Yep,
I pulled up in a limo for that. Like I got out. I was the big star getting out of the limo. It was a line of paparazzi and fans waiting. We had used the red carpet and the tassels out from in the Jazz Cafe. The lobby.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It was really nice. Yeah. I've always wanted to do a photo shoot here. Yeah. I've always wanted to do a photo shoot. So I definitely think, and I'm due for some good headshots again. But I love the stairs. I really want to do a photo shoot here.
In the lobby? The lobby stairs?
The lobby stairs, you know. So yeah, I think I'm, I might be calling you Dad.
All right. Just let me know.
Do a photo shoot here. Yes, we've done some amazing things. Yeah, Dad, you got a good memory.
I know.
I remember that my first time doing like a super duper production was with Trey Lynn.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I had did the R&B live shows with Terry, but it was just like me getting up there singing with tracks. She had the live band. She had like breaks in between. Like that's when I learned like what a set list was. She had like the furry boa wrapped around her microphone. Outfit changes. I'm like, what is happening right now? What is this? And she was like, this is a show. So that's when I started learning what shows were,
like theatrics
were to because if people pay their money, they want to come out and see something. They don't want to just sit there and listen to you sing. That's what the radio's for.
Right.
They can do that at home.
Because sometimes you have to like remind yourself you're an entertainer.
Yes, and you have to entertain.
You're not.
So it all plays a part. The hair, the makeup, the theatrics, making sure you like. I never have I give like a I would say a set list of songs, but we never stick to them.
Yeah, really?
Never stick to them. I'll give my guys like 20 songs. We may be doing 8. I'll be like, this is the list I'm pulling from. So yeah, that's what the Jazz Cafe
keep
taught me.
Keep on our
because
toes,
we have a very diverse audience here. Yeah. And that's
a great way to read the room, right?
And you guys are in a great location. We've had people walk in off the street. Yeah. I remember that one time the school, like somebody had bought like 60 tickets from like a school. They went through you guys. It was like a school. They bought like 40 or 60 tickets.
I kind of remember that now.
And they pulled up in a school bus to see the performance. Yeah. I remember it. And I was just like, that's why I love this place.
It's never a dull moment here.
Never a dull moment. Especially not with the chicken wings and the fries with the Parmesan cheese on them.
Oh my God. the best
me
fries I've
hungry
ever
now.
had.
It's the
I
best
know,
fries
right?
in the
Literally
world.
in the world.
The world.
Jazz
okay.
fries, right?
Speaking of jazz
Yeah.
fries, I need an order when I go downstairs.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
I
this
appreciate
was
that.
fun.
It was.
Yeah.
We got to do it again. Gotta do it
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
For sure. And if you need any artists, just let me know. I'm always here. And I appreciate what you guys have done for me in my career over the years. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you
you
guys for believing
Thank
in
you.
me and trusting in me to bring great entertainment to your establishment. Yeah, I really, truly appreciate that. It's a lot of times where I don't want to do a show anywhere else.
Yeah.
If I have a vision, it's like, okay, I can go here and I can go there and do it. But like, no, Ted, you got a date? You got a date? Because I can only see it on the Jazz Cafe stage. It's just something about this place, man. Cafe Chronicles.
Cafe Chronicles.
Something about it.
All right. Thank you, Alise.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.